What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's me. I'm back. Sorry I didn't get a video up for last weekend's card. I was busy, but I made my predictions on the Verdict app. If you don't use the app, it's very good. Not sponsored, but go check it out. It's pretty good. I made my picks on there. I went 8 for 12, and yeah, it was a decent card. Couple good fights, couple boring fights. Sadikov versus Mota was sick. That was a beautiful performance from both guys, and it was just a pure bloodbath. And yeah, Fiziev beat Bahamondes, and Khalil Rountree styled on Hill and 50-45'd him. So yeah, solid fights. And yeah, let's move on to this card. Also, quick, couple things I want to mention. This is going to be my last prediction video for a bit. I'm going on a trip, going on vacation, and I'm not going to be able to make videos. But if you guys go to my Verdict account, Evan MMA, you can still see my picks for every card if you guys are interested. It'll be on the Verdict app. And if you guys... What was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's it. If you guys want to see my Verdict picks, I'm still going to be watching and picking every card on the Verdict app. But I'm not going to be able to make videos. So if you guys want to see my picks still, go check on my account on Verdict, Evan MMA. And you can see my... you can still see my picks. Because I'm going on vacation, not going to be able to make videos. I'm really bad at talking. Anyways, yeah. And real quick, if you hear a fan in the background, cool. I'm not turning it off. It's way too hot. First fight of the night, Jackson McVeigh versus Christopher Ewart. So this was supposed to be Jackson McVeigh versus Cedricus Dumas. And Cedricus Dumas, I think he pulled out because his ankle monitor... So, he got arrested, and he had an ankle monitor on. I think he was on house arrest or whatever. I don't really know how it works. I don't do illegal things. But he had like an ankle monitor on, I think, and he wouldn't have been able to fight because the date for the fight, he wouldn't have had his ankle monitor took off in time for when the fight was going to happen or whatever. I don't know. That's pretty funny to me. I did very little research on these two guys. I think I'm going to go with Christopher Ewart. Jackson McVeigh is just slow on the feet, and I think Christopher Ewart can win by not being a sloth. McVeigh does seem like a good grappler, though, so I don't know. Could go either way. Are there even odds for this fight? There are not. So, yeah, I'm going to go Christopher Ewart. Sure. Jonata Deniz versus Alvin Hines. I'm going with Jonata Deniz. Again, this was supposed to be Deniz versus, what's his face? Justin Tafa, I think. But Tafa pulled out. So now we got Deniz going to get a highlight reel KO over this random. Yeah, Jonata Deniz. Next up, we got Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith is a lock here. He's going to beat the fuck out of Nico Price and finish him probably in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, good prospect. I think he's got a lot going for him. Slick on the feet, great boxing, great power, also great wrestling, so he's going to be a problem for sure. Next fight, Terrence T-Rex McKinney versus Vyacheslav Borshev. I'm rooting for Borshev. I fuck with Borshev heavily. He's just a chill guy. So I'm rooting for Borshev to win, but I think I'm going to pick Terrence McKinney by first round TKO. Borshev can be a little bit of a slow starter at times, and McKinney is just right out the gate, just trying to chin you with a 1-2. And I think Borshev defensively is a little bit mid. He does get caught, and I think just the way they strike, I think Borshev's going to try to land some counter. He's going to miss, and McKinney's going to come over the top of some. Either way, this fight's definitely ending in a finish, 100%. 100%. But I think Terrence McKinney's going to get it done. He also has the wrestling advantage, a huge wrestling advantage. As crazy as this might sound, Terrence McKinney's wrestling is better than his striking. That's literally just a fact. If you know MMA, if you have ball knowledge, you'll know Terrence McKinney has better wrestling than striking. He's just dangerous on the feet. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Terrence McKinney by either first round KO or maybe a submission. I think he can beat Borshev here, but I'm going to be rooting for Borshev because I like Borshev. Next one, Viviana Araujo versus Tracy Cortez. I'm going to go with Viviana Araujo. Both of these are pretty low-level fighters, and I don't know. They're both kind of mid and not good at fighting. So I'm going to go Viviana Araujo by being slightly better at fighting. Next one. This is a sick fight. Hyder Amil versus Jose Delgado. I was going back and forth on this one. Both of these guys are just fucking marauders. But, see, Hyder Amil is more of a blockhead and he gets hit more. I think Jose Delgado is going to get this one done. Yeah, that's my official pick. I'm going to go Jose Delgado. He's a cleaner striker. I think he's a little bit quicker. Hyder Amil's kind of slow. I think Delgado's going to be able to move around, use his footwork, light up kicks and light him up with kicks and good strikes from range. I think he also has a slight height and reach advantage. Yeah, I think Delgado's going to get this one done. I think Delgado can dance around. I know Hyder Emil just beat William Gomis, but William Gomis is not a scrapper. William Gomis is trying to Mr. William Gomis is Mr. Perfect. He tries to keep it too technical. He doesn't really have that fighting spirit. Jose Delgado has fighting spirit along with the technicality. So I'm going Jose Delgado close decision. Could be a sick fight though. This is going to be a sick fight. I'm so excited for this one. I'm not going to lie. Next fight. Jack Hermanson, the Joker, is back against Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. I'm pretty high on both these guys. I think they're both some of the best unranked middleweights in the roster. I picked Rodriguez to beat Cannonier in his last fight. Obviously, that didn't end very well. It didn't age horribly. He was beating the shit out of Cannonier in the first 2 rounds and just couldn't get Cannonier out of there. I thought he was going to, but I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to win this fight. Jack Hermanson is just too slow of a starter. We seen it in the Joe Pyfer fight. Got the shit beat out of him for 2 rounds and then came back after Pyfer started slowing down a bit. Started getting crafty, using the footwork, using the technicality. Jack Hermanson's the more technical guy in this fight, but Gregory Rodriguez, he just pushes forward, and unless you have power to chin him, you're not going to be able to stop him from pushing forward. And Jack Hermanson is pillow fist. He's not chinning shit. So I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to march forward, land the way better, bigger shots in the first 2 rounds, clip Hermanson, probably drop him once. I think he's going to easily win the first 2 rounds. I think, hot take, he has a slight grappling advantage here. He's a much bigger, more physical guy. Gregory Rodriguez is massive. He could legitimately make 205. He could be a light heavyweight. He's huge. And yes, his cardio is not the best, but his cardio is fine for the first 2 rounds. Right? His cardio is perfectly fine for 2 rounds. And I think winning, all he needs to do is win the first 2 rounds of this fight. Hermanson's not going to get a finish. Sure, he can craft it up, do what he needs. There could be a Hermanson submission here maybe, but I wouldn't bank on that. Robocop knows what he's doing on the ground. And I think after his last fight, he's going to be a little bit more reserved. But hopefully, I'm just worried he's going to come out looking like fucking Michel Pereira did against Abus Magomedov, where he goes out there and fucking just doesn't throw anything because he gassed out in his last fight. And he's just scared of having that reckless style. But I think Rodriguez is going to go out there, land the bigger, better shots, hurt Jack Hermanson, win the first 2 rounds, and then maybe Hermanson gets crafty in the third. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to go Gregory Rodriguez to win this fight, 29-28 decision. I could see him knocking Jack Hermanson out. It's not like Jack Hermanson has never been finished. Has he? Hold on, quick detour. He's been finished before, right? Or am I tweaking? Yeah, 3 losses. Who has he been TKO'd by? Roman Dolidze, that was like a weird injury thing if I remember correctly. Cannonier, yeah. Santos, okay, yeah. My bad, the casual came out for a second. But yeah, I am going to go with Gregory Rodriguez to win a 20... Holy fuck, these ads. Excuse my language, but you guys get it. Yeah, this is a good fight. I'm excited for this one, but I'm going to go Gregory Rodriguez to win a 29-28 unanimous decision. Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. I was wondering what they were going to do next for Peyton Talbot. I was really wondering. Because obviously he goes out there, he's a huge favorite against Barcelos. Everyone's like, oh, this guy's going to whoop Barcelos. Barcelos goes in there, wrestle fucks him, dominates him on the ground, and wins a clean performance against Peyton Talbot. And I'm thinking, you know what? All right. His next fight, they're probably going to give him like more of a striker, somebody with less of a grappling threat. Like a Charles Jourdain, maybe. Maybe, who else was I thinking they could have given him? Maybe like an Adrian Yanez. Maybe like I don't know, just anybody who's like more of a striker that Talbot could kind of showcase his striking against. Felipe Lima, not only does he have good striking to contest with Peyton Talbot, he is an animal on the ground. Felipe Lima is one of the best prospects in the bantamweight division. I know it's his featherweight. That's because his first 2 UFC fights were short notice featherweight fights. He is a bantamweight, I believe. Yeah. And I think, yeah, I'm going Felipe Lima. I think Felipe Lima is going to win this fight by decision. On the feet, I think Talbot's a better striker, but Lima has the striking to compete a little bit, I think. Talbot's striking did not look that good against Ronnie Barcelos, even when it was on the feet. Yeah, he got taken down a bunch, but dude, even when it was on the feet, it's not like Talbot was just cleanly whooping him. And I think Felipe Lima is a clean striker. He knows what he's doing. He's really high level. He's smart. He's, in my opinion, the best prospect at 135, and he has the most potential. And I think he's going to go really far. So, yeah, I think Felipe Lima is going to get this one done, and I think Felipe Lima is going to beat Peyton Talbot by either a submission or decision. I'm going to go decision. I'm going to say Felipe Lima wins a decision. Keeps it competitive on the feet, mixes in takedowns, gets some control time, threatens some subs, and just wins a close decision over Peyton Talbot. Probably not even close, to be honest. Does part of me want Peyton Talbot to just flatline Felipe Lima and get back in the win column and just get all of his hype back? Kinda. Part of me kinda wants that because Peyton Talbot was so exciting when he was on the come up. But Felipe Lima has so much potential. I don't want to see him get set back this early into his career. So I'm going to go with Felipe Lima to win this fight. I think he's going to win by decision. Let's move on to the next one. Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. Here's a hot take for you guys. I'm picking Beneil Dariush to win this fight by decision. Listen, this is a horrible stylistic matchup for Renato Moicano. What's Moicano's game plan? He goes in there, pressures a little bit with a bit of a Muay Thai style on the feet. He's not dangerous on the feet at all, but he's got decent volume. He goes out there, and the second you make a mistake and overswing on something, he grabs a body lock, shoots a double leg, does something, and then drags you to the ground and just beats you up on the ground and looks for submissions and just ground and pounds you. That game plan is not working on Beneil Dariush. I'm sorry, it's just not. Beneil Dariush is one of the best anti-grapplers in the entire 155 division. Beneil Dariush was shucking off Gamrot's takedowns. I know Gamrot is not as dangerous on the ground as Moicano, but he's a better wrestler. He's better at getting the fight to the ground. And Dariush just wasn't letting it happen. Dariush was scrambling, reversing, getting out of bad positions, and just keeping it on the feet the entire time. If Gamrot's not taking you down, I'm sorry, Moicano's not taking you down. Right? So we already know Dariush has all the capabilities in the world to just keep this fight on the feet. He's going to keep this fight on the feet. Moicano's not going to be able to take him down. And even if he does take him down once or twice, Dariush is scrambling back up. He's going to be able to fucking avoid any danger. He's not getting subbed or ground and pounded by Moicano. Yeah, I think Moicano's going to severely struggle to get this fight to the ground. Now you may be asking, well, what does he need to get the fight to the ground? What about on the feet? Come on. Beneil Dariush is going to school Moicano on... What was I going to say there? Beneil Dariush is going to school Renato Moicano on the feet. All right, maybe not school, okay? Moicano's an all-right striker. Right? He's got decent striking, okay? He has zero power in the hands. His defense is mid. And he's just there to be hit. I think Beneil Dariush is a better striker than Renato Moicano. He has way more power. He has a huge power advantage. I think he's going to hurt Moicano at some point in this fight. He's unorthodox. He throws weird shit from weird angles. He just finds a way to catch you. And I think Moicano's bad defense, bad head movement, is going to get him caught a lot by Beneil in this fight. I also think Beneil Dariush has a slight speed advantage. So he's got the speed advantage, the power advantage, and he's just a little bit better on the feet. Maybe not even... He's better. He's better everywhere the fight goes. He's a better grappler. He's got the anti-grappling to keep this on the feet. And the striking difference is even more, apparent. He's a way better striker than Moicano. He was piecing up Gamrot on the feet. I think Gamrot would outstrike Moicano. If they fought and they just purely struck, I think Gamrot would outstrike Moicano. I think he's got faster hands and better boxing than Renato Moicano. Moicano's striking is so subpar. I think Dariush is going to hurt him, keep it on the feet, and outstrike Moicano for 3 rounds. I'm going to go... Hot take. I'm going to go Beneil Dariush, 30-27 decision. I think he's going to put on a y'all must have forgot type of performance, because, seriously, y'all must have forgot how good Beneil Dariush is. This guy is such a fun fighter to watch. Oh, but he's been KO'd twice in a row. By Arman Sarukian and Charles Oliveira. Moicano was nowhere near those guys' level. We just seen what happened to Moicano when he faced a high-level championship caliber fighter. Right? He just fought Islam, got Darced in the first round. I mean, it was short notice. He still had a full camp for Dariush. That was the first time the Dariush fight got scheduled. Now Dariush has a whole nother camp to train for him. And Moicano's got other stuff on his mind. Oh, last time this happened, I got pulled out and I had to fight Islam. That's a stupid thing to say. I don't know why he would be thinking that. But Beneil Dariush is just too smart, too good. I think Dariush is going to beat up Moicano in this fight. I'm going to go Beneil Dariush by either a 30-27 decision or a TKO early on. I think he's going to land something crazy, maybe. But yeah, Beneil Dariush wins this fight. Let's move on to the next one. I am hyped for this fight. This is my most anticipated fight on the card right here. Brandon Raw Dog Royval versus Joshua Van. Both of these guys are in my top 15 flyweights. Both of these guys are in my top 15 fighters in the UFC. They're both my top 15 favorites. There is a little bit of a discrepancy. Van is kind of, near the 15 to 10 area. Royval's number 2. A lot of you guys probably don't know this. Brandon Royval is my second favorite fighter behind Max Holloway. So a little quick Evan MMA fun fact. Brandon Royval is my second favorite fighter of all time. I don't know why, I just fuck with him heavy. He's a fun fighter, he's cool, and I fuck with him. Van, I fuck with him heavy too. I'm cool with whoever wins this fight. I am gonna slightly have to root for Royval though, because he's my second favorite fighter of all time. I have to root for him. But if Van wins, dude, cool. That's great. Van versus Pantoja, or the winner of the next fight, as you can see up there. Dude, Van versus Pantoja would be so sick though. I don't know. I don't really care who wins this fight. But anyways, prediction. I'm picking Brandon Royval. I'm picking Brandon Royval to win this fight. He is just too much. He's going to be too much for Joshua Van, I think. On the feet, he can match Van's cardio and output. I'd say Van has a very slight power advantage, but Royval can easily match him in cardio, easily match him in volume. I also think Royval has a speed advantage and a dynamic advantage. He's got better kicks. He's got better Thai moves, the better knees, better elbows. Van has better boxing, but Royval's got the Royval's better everywhere else on the feet. Better Muay Thai, better kicks, better elbows, better knees, craftier, higher fight IQ. Van's got a boxing advantage and I think a hand speed advantage as well and a slight power advantage. I also think he's going to be able to capitalize a lot on Royval's spontaneous movements in the pocket. I think he's going to be able to land a bunch of over the top counters. And yeah, I think he actually is going to do good in this fight, but I think Royval is going to be too much, too dynamic. He also has the grappling. I don't think he's going to take Josh Van down, but if he hurts Van with a knee or something up the middle and drops him, and he ends up on the ground, I could see him subbing Josh Van. I could see him getting some control time. But I think there's going to be a 99% striking battle where Royval just mixes it up better, keeps up with the cardio and output, and just lands the craftier strikes, lands knees up the middle, lands a lot of shit. I don't know. I also think he does have a height and reach advantage as well, so he's going to be able to land some crafty shit from range, a lot of kicks. I think he's going to hurt Van at some point. Royval has a granite chin. Joshua Van does seem to be a tiny bit chinny. And yeah, I don't think Van is going to be able to finish Royval. This is a really interesting fight because another thing I'm thinking of is Brandon Royval doesn't have the power to keep Josh Van back and keep Josh Van from pressuring. But he does have dangerous knees up the middle. He does have crafty elbows. He does have a good clinch game. So Van is going to have to worry when he's pressing, but he's not going to have to worry about power in the hands, right? But I could easily see Royval landing a fly knee that hurts Josh Van bad. I'm going to go Brandon Royval split decision. I think they're going to be throwing the same output. I think Van's going to be landing the better boxing combos, but I think Royval's going to be landing a little bit more output, and I think Royval's going to land a little bit more crafty stuff, a little bit more knees, a little bit more damaging shots to the body, cut him open with elbows. I think Royval's going to win a very close split decision, 29-28. Yeah, I think this is going to be a sick fight. Fight of the night right here. I'm cool with whoever wins, but Brandon Royval, I think he's going to get it done. Next fight on the card, Alejandro Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. I'm picking Alejandro Pantoja to win this fight by decision or late submission. Kai Kara France is good. Okay, don't get me wrong. Great takedown defense, great striking, dangerous, very dangerous. I'm a little bit worried about the power because we've seen Pantoja get dropped. We've never seen him get put away, and he's only been dropped once by Figgy, who hits really hard, but still, I am a little bit worried because Kai Kara France is the hardest hitter in lighter weight class history. I'm saying literally between, maybe not between bantamweight, but flyweight history, 100%, easily. Kai Kara France is the hardest hitter in flyweight history. He hits harder than Figueiredo. I don't care what you say, he does. Figueiredo's a better fighter, yes, but Kai Kara hits harder. But I'm going to go Pantoja. I think he's just too much of a marauder. He's going to make Kai Kara uncomfortable. See, the reason he's able to land shots on guys like, Cody Garbrandt and Steve Versteeg is because they try to keep it technical, right? They dance around with their footwork, douche, their 1-2s, try to get in with their boxing combos, and then Kai Kara just sets something up while they're on the back foot. Pantoja's not going to be on the back foot. Pantoja's going to be marauding forward, getting in Kai Kara's face, making him uncomfortable and overwhelmed, and just boxing him up in the pocket. I think Pantoja's a better pocket boxer than Kai Kara. Kai Kara gets all of his power from waning overhands and long right hands that he jumps into, or lunging into people, or the switch stance that he hit Steve Versteeg with. For him to land those, he has to be on the front foot. Kai Kara France does not have the same finishing ability on the back foot. We've seen it in the Moreno fight. We've seen it in the Royval fight. He doesn't have the same... When he's on the back foot and he's being pressured, he does not have the same finishing ability. All that finishing ability is when he's on the front foot. Pantoja is going to be the one on the front foot in this fight. He has the grappling advantage. He's a marauder. He's going to be running forward, getting in the pocket, outboxing Kai Kara up close, getting the takedowns. I know Kai Kara has great takedown defense, but I've seen him get taken down and held down before. Right? I know usually it is pretty good, but it has happened. And I think if anybody's going to do it, it's Pantoja. He's one of the best grapplers in the division, if not the best. It's between him and Tatsuro Taira. And yeah, I think he's going to be able to get the takedowns. I think he's going to land big shots in the pocket. This is going to be a sick fight too, I think, but I'm going with Pantoja to win a decision. 49-46, maybe a 48-47. Kai Kara lands some good shots and wins some rounds. Yeah. Next fight, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Charles is getting chinned, guys. I'm picking Ilia Topuria by second round knockout. I think Charles is going to win the first round. I think he's going to look amazing, landing, more volume, landing good clinch knees. I think he's going to hurt Ilia to the body at one point, maybe get a takedown. But then Ilia is going to make his reach. Charles is too defensively irresponsible to win this fight. He's going to be too hittable. The aggressive open guard, he's going to fall right into Ilia's traps, and Ilia's eventually going to find the right shot, round 2 or round 3. I know what a lot of people are thinking, or I know what a lot of people are saying, I should say.
Look at the size difference. Ilia Topuria next to Raul Rosas Jr. Look at him, he looks small. And then Charles Oliveira makes Raul Rosas Jr. look small. He's gonna be too big. I don't think the size difference is as much as you guys think it is. Like, yes, Charles is gonna be bigger, right? But honestly, I don't think he's gonna be that much bigger. Yes, he's gonna have the height and reach advantage. We just watched Rafael Fiziev cleanly beat Ignacio Bahamondes. Bahamondes is what, 6'3"? Fiziev is 5'8". And Fiziev just got in the pocket, landed the better shots, and just won. Got some takedowns and won. I know Oliveira is a different level than Bahamondes. Bahamondes is unproven. But, like, it's a similar archetype to that. Size difference, size doesn't really, like, they're the same weight class. It's not like Ilia was a small featherweight. I don't think he was a huge featherweight, but he was a decently sized featherweight. He's dense. He's built. He's got a good physique. He's bigger than Volk. And Volk looked pretty good at 155 against Makhachev in the first fight. And Makhachev's bigger than Charles. So, yeah, I don't think the size difference is going to be that apparent. It's not going to be as apparent as you guys think it is. But Oliveira is going to be bigger. He's 5'10". Ilia's 5'7". So, yeah. A 3-inch height. He only has a 3-inch height advantage. That's not even that crazy. Yeah. I'm going Ilia Topuria by knockout in the second round. He's going to be able to find his reads. He's going to land the shot, and he's going to put Charles out, unfortunately. So, yeah. Ilia Topuria. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.